Testing 1, 2. And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Boys Basketball Grant 4 Championship featuring the 7-0 Kevin Cherry coach Madison Grant Argyles and the 4-4 Mississinewa Indians. Dalton Bishop with you again tonight. Speaking of Mississinewa, they were, I don't want to say granted a first round bye, but unfortunately Eastbrook was dealing with some COVID-19 situations that left Mississinewa without a game. And here they are in the championship game. The Indians 4-4 on the year, 1-1 in the CIC. James Reed in his third year at the helm of the Mississinewa Indians, 35-19. Well, how did Mississinewa get to this point in the season? They're 4-4, as I said, with losses to Fort Wayne North, Huntington North, Yorktown, and this very Madison Grant team that they will play here tonight. The wins came against Norwell, South Decatur, Oak Hill, and Kokomo. An interesting stat for James Reed is that he has never lost the Grant 4 tournament as a head coach. He has won the last two Grant 4 championships, and the Indians looking for a three-peat tonight, which has never happened in Grant 4 history. Mississinewa, their last sectional was in 1954, 67 years, when they beat Marion 55-47. The Indians come into tonight averaging 66.5 points per game, shooting the ball 53% from the floor, 49% from three-point range, and 67% from the free throw line. For the Madison Grant Argyles, a big win this morning, beating Oak Hill 51-38. Kevin Cherry is in his first year as a head coach, first year at Madison Grant. 7-0, you can't ask for much more than that if you are Kevin Cherry. Madison Grant's last sectional championship came in 2017, March 4th of 2017, beating Eastern 50-34. The last time Madison Grant won the Grant 4, well, 13 years ago. So they're looking to end that drought here tonight against Mississinewa. Madison Grant comes in averaging 62 points a game, shooting the ball 47% from the floor, 42% from three-point range, and 80% from the free throw line. Take a 60-second timeout and come back and hear the comments of Kevin Cherry, the head coach of the Madison Grant Argyles. Do that in 60 seconds. This is the boys' Grant 4 championship game featuring Madison Grant, Mississinewa. We're back in 60. And we welcome you back to the Wellness Center pregame show as we continue with more of Grant 4 championship coverage. It is Madison Grant and Mississinewa tonight, and we're joined by head coach Kevin Cherry of the Madison Grant Argyles. And coach, your first go around at the Grant 4, you got to be happy to be playing on championship round.
Yeah, that was our goal. You know, we just take it one step at a time, and we get in a tournament situation, and you can't really worry too much about what scenarios could happen because you have to win, you know, to get to those things. So, yeah, very happy to be in the championship game, and looking forward to a great contest with a really good Mississinewa team.
This morning you guys really got off to a great start shooting the basketball defensively. Your effort was there. What do you have to do tonight to continue with that?
Well, yeah, our effort was really good, and I'll be shocked if our effort's not great tonight. Now, I don't know if we'll make shots, and you know, our execution might be great at times, but our guys have really bought into let's just compete for 32 minutes and see what happens. So I expect our effort to be really good. I expect Mississinewa to come in here extremely jacked up and wanting a second shot at us after playing them earlier a couple weeks ago, and being able to be fortunate enough to get a win at their place. So I fully expect to get Mississinewa's best shot tonight and some tonight.
How concerned are you, if concerned at all, that your basketball team had a game to play and a hard-fought game to play this morning in Mississinewa, more or less had a bye this morning? How concerned are you that your legs could potentially not be there to start?
Yeah, good question, and it's something that we haven't even talked about, and it's because right now that's an excuse, and I don't even want to enter that into their mindset that there's a potential for us to have an excuse of legs being tired or anything like that. It's, you know, we put ourselves in a spot to win a Grant 4, and nobody's going to feel sorry for us for having to play a game this morning where Mississinewa did not. So we haven't even talked about it, and I don't want it to enter their minds.
What were some things that you saw out of Mississinewa when you played them a couple of weeks ago that may concern you going into tonight's game?
Well, McClung, obviously, he's a tremendously difficult matchup for us. Big, strong, athletic post player. You know, he'll guard the point guard spot at times. You know, so he'll be the best athlete on the floor. And then after that, they've got shooters that they can put around him. And Swanner, I mean, he's as good a shooter as that we've played against. And then Yoder and Ulrich, those guys can get going, and they can be a really, really hard basketball team to guard. You know, if they all are clicking on the same, you know, on all cylinders. So it's a matchup where we'll just have to pick our poison at times and hope that they miss a few shots.
One key offensively, one key defensively to come out of here with a win tonight?
Well, offensively, we've got to be able to limit our turnovers. I fully expect them to be able to get up and pressure us, whether that's in their half-court 1-2-2 or in their man, get out and really pressure passing lanes. So we've got to do a great job taking care of the basketball. I'd say that's 1A, and then 1B, being able to rebound the basketball. And then defensively, it's just being locked in every possession, grinding out stops, and then, you know, making things difficult for them. I don't think we're going to shut them out. I mean, they're just too good of a team to be able to expect you're just going to shut them out, but just make things tough on them and win more possessions they do, and that's really what our focus is.
One final question before I let you go. It's been 13 years since Madison Grant has won the Grant 4 championship. What would it mean to you in your first year at Madison Grant to be able to conquer the Grant 4 championship?
Well, for me, it would be great. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But for our seniors, is what I would be most happy about. If they could experience that, you know, some of the things that they've gone through with this COVID situation, and to be able to experience, to win a Grant 4, to beat a really good Mississinewa team, to do that would be a special accomplishment. So I would be most happy for our seniors, you know, if we could get that job done.
Coach, it's always a pleasure getting a chat with you. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you very much.
Kevin Cherry, the head coach of the Madison Grant Argyles. We'll come back with more of the Wellness Center pregame show in 2 minutes. This is the Boys Grant 4 Championship, live from Oak Hill High School. And welcome back to Oak Hill High School. Due to us being a little bit behind and getting started on our pregame show, we're going to bring it back just a little bit early to give you the individual player numbers coming into the game this evening. The individual team numbers for Mississinewa. They're led in scoring by Landon Swanner and Tay McClung, both coming in averaging 17.8 points per game. Tay McClung with 8 8.8 rebounds per game and 3.5 assists per game. Landon Swanner, as I said, 17.8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Hayden Ulrich will come into the game tonight, averaging 13.8 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Cree Young, 3 points a game, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and Colin Yoder, 7.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Meanwhile, for the Madison Grant Argyles, they'll come in tonight. Grant Brown, their leading scorer, 15, almost 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists for the senior Grant Brown. Their next leading scorer is Caden Howe, who had a phenomenal performance this morning, scoring 21. He comes in averaging 10.5 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Jace Howe will also start for the Argyles tonight. He will average 9 points a game, 1.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Justin Moore comes into tonight averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. And Jackson Manuel, 10 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 1 assist per game for Madison Grant. The last meeting between these two teams was just a couple of weeks ago at Mississinewa, where it was a dominating Madison Grant performance, beating the Indians 64-51 for the first time in 13 games. Madison Grant looking to win the Grant Four for the first time in 13 years. Oh, and guess what? The last time Madison Grant won the Grant Four, how many points did they win by? It wasn't 13, but it was 14. So, man, Madison Grant going to be hungry for the Grant 4 championship. Mississinewa is going to be hungry for revenge against the Argyles, and Mississinewa trying to make history tonight to become the first team ever in Grant 4 history to win 3 consecutive Grant 4 championships. We will step aside, take a timeout, come back with the tip of this basketball game. We have the national anthem and starting lineups, and then we will come back with the tip. This is the boys Grant 4 championship live from Oak Hill High School. So the starters are in the book, and we are ready for Grant 4 championship basketball here at Oak Hill. It is Mississinewa in the red uniforms trimmed in white, Madison Grant in the black uniforms trimmed in gold. It'll be Justin Moore and Tay McClung to do the honors to get the 2020 boys basketball Grant 4 underway. The whistle, the tip, and it is Mississinewa basketball moving from right to left. Here's Hayden Ulrich, top of the key, gets it off to Colin Yoder. Now over to Swanner. Landon in the corner, Lucas Asbury, a three to start the game, rolls in and out. Offensive rebound, Tay McClung off the glass and in. So McClung with his first two, and a three good by Caden Howe, and he picks up right where he left off this morning, knocking down a triple. Now Swanner from the volleyball line to answer, no good, and a rebound to Justin Moore. Here comes Madison Grant in transition. Here's Manuel in the corner. Now Howe back out to his brother Jace at the top of the key. Jace Howe now gets it off to Grant Brown on the right wing. Left-hand dribble, pulls up for three, no good, and a rebound to Hayden Ulrich. Now Ulrich in transition, right wing will drive. Can't go, kicks it out to Lucas Asbury. Now back out to Hayden Ulrich, top of the key. Here is Ulrich, 6:45 to go, first quarter. A 3-2 Madison Grant lead. Inside, here's McClung, defended by Moore. McClung will go, no, got his own rebound, puts it up and in. Tay McClung with four, Caden Howe with three, and a foul on Hayden Ulrich, and that'll be his first and the team's first of the half. So inbounding, here is Jace Howe. Top of the key, defended by Ulrich, who's got to be careful with one foul already. Now Howe gets it off to Moore. Now Manuel a three, no good, and a rebound to Tay McClung. Now Ulrich, top of the key, directing traffic. 6 minutes to go, first quarter. It's a 4-3 Mississinewa lead and a turnover on the Indians. Here's Howe in the corner. Grant Brown, wide open three, no good, and a rebound, Hayden Ulrich. Now Ulrich across the timeline, gets it off to Landon Swanner. Lando over to Asbury. Now Yoder on the left wing, driving to the baseline, and had the ball kicked, and it'll stay with Mississinewa. A 4-3 Mississinewa lead with 5:37 to go in the first. Hayden Ulrich will inbound on the baseline. Now here's McClung, handoff Swanner, free throw line, fakes the shot, goes right around Grant Brown and puts it up with a left hand and puts it in. 6-3, 5:25 to go, first quarter. Mississinewa with a 3-point lead. Here's Manuel, right wing, now over to Jace Howe. Howe to Grant Brown. Now Brown, left-hand dribble over to Moore. Now Jace Howe, right wing to his brother Caden, and a moving screen going to be called on Justin Moore, and that'll be the foul, the first foul on Madison Grant and the first on Justin Moore. Here's Swanner over to Lucas Asbury. Now Asbury inside, McClung goes up, no. And Coach Cherry was not happy about that. And Grant Brown knocks down the three. Now Asbury a three, got it. Boy, a fast-paced moving game here. In the first quarter, it's 9-6. So after Grant Brown knocks down a three, Lucas Asbury answers at the other end of the floor. Now Brown defended by Yoder. Brown to Manuel, over to Jace Howe on the far wing. Now Caden Howe, step back, wanted a three, will not take it and get it off to his brother Jace. Jace off to Brown. Brown defended by Asbury. Here's Brown, one-on-one, will drive inside, kick it out. Manuel, wide open three, no good. Rebound, Justin Moore. Now Howe. Jace brings it back out. Jace will drive, hand off to his brother Caden. Step back jumper on the way, got it! Caden Howe really shooting the ball well here today. Here's Lucas Asbury, gets it off to Landon Swanner. Now Yoder, free throw line goes up. No, a foul going to be called on Caden Howe. And folks, I'm going to tell you right now, that looked like all basketball from here. So Colin Yoder will go to the line to shoot two. Free throw up and good by Colin Yoder. So Mississinewa might have got a break on that one because it looked like that was all basketball from here, but it might have got Howe with a body foul. As Yoder knocks down both free throws at the line, the lead back up to 3 for Ole Miss at 11-8 with 3:22 to go in the first quarter. Here's Howe, off to Brown. Grant gets a screen, will pull up from 3, no good, and a rebound coming down to Mississinewa with Hayden Ulrich. Now Asbury for another 3, no good. These teams flat battling here today. Here is Jace Howe. Kicks it out to Moore. Now Manuel inside Howe. Now Grant Brown. 2:40 and counting left to go. First quarter, Indians lead by 3. Now Brown cross court over to Jace Howe. Howe looking to get it into Manuel, defended by Yoder. And now a loose ball on the floor, and Swanner tried to get it, but Jace Howe coming away with it. Now Grant Brown. Indian fans roaring to life across from us. Here's Brown. Kicks it out. Manuel. Now Jace Howe. Now Brown. 3 on the way. This one short, and a rebound to Lucas Asbury. Now Swanner in transition will stop. Tried to get it inside to Yoder, and in transition, Jace Howe goes up, left hand, and puts it in. So a turnover on Mississinewa cost them 2 on a Jace Howe layup at the other end. Now Swanner directing traffic. Gets a screen from McClung. Now gets it off to Asbury. Now Hayden Ulrich. Now Ulrich wants to go. And an offensive foul going to be called on Hayden Ulrich. And that is foul number 2 for Hayden Ulrich. And that will bring Cree Young up off the Indian bench. And the Indians in foul trouble early. That is the second foul on Hayden Ulrich. .90 seconds to play, opening quarter, a 1-point Indian lead at 11-10. Here's Caden Howe, and he'll hand it off to Grant Brown. Back to Howe, wide open 3 on the way. Got it! If you leave Caden Howe open, you will pay for it all night. He has 8 of the Argyle's 13, and the Argyle fans stand on their feet and make some noise for black and gold. Here's Asbury on the right wing. Will get it off to Colin Yoder. Yoder fakes the 3, will drive inside, up, no, but a foul on Caden Howe, and that will be Caden Howe's second foul. So Colin Yoder will go to the line to shoot 2. And a huge congratulations to Madison Grant senior Caden Howe, who with that last 3-point bucket has scored his 1,000th career point in his high school basketball career. A huge accomplishment for Caden Howe. Colin Yoder at the line for a chance to tie the Argyles if he can connect on both. First one up and good. one more for Colin Yoder. Second one up and perfect. Yoder 4 of 4 at the line, and all 4 of his points coming from the charity stripe. Under a minute to play, we're tied at 13. Here's Jace Howe with the basketball at the top of the key, directing traffic. He'll get a screen from Moore. Now he'll stop, bring it back out. Nice pass inside to Moore, who fakes the shot, gets McClung up off his feet, and allows Justin Moore to put it in. .30 seconds to play, first quarter. 15-13, and an offensive foul going to be called on Cree Young. Now Coach Reed wants to talk about it. Madison Grant with a 2-point lead, 25 seconds and counting to go in the opening quarter of the 2020 Boys Grant 4 tournament. Now Manuel off to Jace Howe. Down to 12 seconds, down to 10 seconds. Howe will isolate the offense. Down to 5, down to 4. Howe wants to go one-on-one with Asbury, kicks it out. Manuel, a 3, no good, and a rebound knocked out of bounds, and that is the way the first quarter will come to an end. At the end of 1, it is the Madison Grant Argyles 15, the Mississinewa Indians 13. We're back in 60 seconds. This is the 2020 Boys Grant 4 Championship, live from Oak Hill High School. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oak Hill High School. We're at the end of 1. It is Madison Grant 15-13. They have the basketball with Jace Howe at the top of the key. Now Howe gets it off to Grant Brown. Brown over to Howe. This is Jace Howe. Howe on the right wing, kicks it out. Manuel Brown driving to the baseline, goes up. Floater no good, rebound Cree Young. In transition, Ole Miss will slow it down with Landon Swanner controlling the point guard position. Now Yoder off to Asbury. Looking, now Yoder. Inside, pass too strong, and it's going to Madison Grant off of the fingertips of Tay McClung. .7:15 to go, first half. Madison Grant leads by 2. Here's Brown. Inside, Justin Moore goes up, puts it off the glass and in. Justin Moore with 4 points early. The lead up to 4 for MG. Here's Cree Young. Gets it off to Lucas Asbury. Now Asbury hands off to Swanner. Now Yoder to Young. Young inside, ball deflected, and a turnover on the Indians. That is their 3rd of the game. Grant Brown with the basketball. Looking to go, can't. Gets it off to Manuel, goes baseline, kicks it out. Jace Howe, now he'll drive inside. Shot up, count it, and put him at the line. Jace Howe with his 4th point of the game, and Cree Young now with 2 fouls, and that will bring Donovan Betts up off the Indian bench. And Hayden Ulrich will also return. Lucas Asbury will sit down. So Jace Howe at the line for a chance to make it a three-point play opportunity as Lance Wilson and Seth Luger check in for Madison Grant. Free throw up for Howe, and too strong, no good. And a rebound comes down to Landon Swanner. Now Ulrich gets it off Swanner. Swanner gets a screen. Now McClung inside. The ball knocked away and out of bounds. It's staying with Ole Miss. 6:04 to go in the first half. Madison Grant leads 19-13. Inbounding, here is McClung. Pass inside to Swanner. Swanner will go up with an up and under and put it in. That was a nice move by Landon Swanner. He's got his 4th point of the game. Yoder, Swanner, and McClung with 4 apiece. Now Jace Howe defended by Donovan Betts. Now Manuel, right wing. Over to Luger. Now Jace Howe from downtown. Got it! Jace Howe knocks down the 3, and he has 7 first half points. Now Donovan Betts stops, pops for 3, got it! And Donovan Betts knocks down the triple to answer Jace Howe's. And an offensive foul going to be called on Jace Howe. And Donovan Betts read right where he was going, went right around the screen, and a foul called on Donovan Betts. No, on Jace Howe, rather. Here's Ulrich. Across the timeline, over to Yoder, out to Swanner. Swanner puts it on the floor, goes right around Grant Brown and puts it in. Landon Swanner getting going. He's got 6, and Indian fans come back to life. 22-20, 4:44 to go, first half. Here's Jace Howe over to Seth Luger. Now to Lance Wilson. He swings it around. Grant Brown for 3, no good, and a rebound to Hayden Ulrich. Now Ulrich. Mississinewa with a chance to tie or take the lead. Ulrich back out. Here is Hayden Ulrich. Yoder gets it off to Betts. Betts to Swanner. Swanner high post, feeds it inside to McClung, who goes up, count it, and put him at the line. Tay McClung with 6 and a chance to make it 7 with a free throw to come right here. Foul was on Seth Luger. It's his 1st and the team's 5th. McClung's free throw up, no good. Rebound, Grant Brown. We're tied at 22, 4 minutes to go, first half. Here's Jace Howe, gets it off to Grant Brown. Brown over to Lance Wilson for 3. In and out, rebound, Colin Yoder. In transition, here's Swanner. Off to Betts. Now Ulrich. Over to Yoder. Inside McClung. McClung looks. Kicks it back out. Donovan Betts for 3. Got it again! Donovan Betts with back-to-back 3s off the Indian bench. He's got 6 first half points, and the Indians lead by 3. 25-22, 3:22 to go in the first half. And Seth Luger, I believe it's an infection control timeout. I think he might have had some blood on him somewhere, so they stopped the play to get him off the floor and get him attended to. 3:20 to go, first half. It's a 3-point Indian lead at 25-22. Now Brown, way out beyond the arc, gets it off to Manuel, swings it over to Jace Howe. Now Howe inside, pass deflected, taken away. Here's Donovan Betts. The third turnover on Madison Grant, and then Mississinewa turns it over. 3 minutes to go. First half, and this has been a doozy. Here's Grant Brown. Gets it off to Wilson. Now Brown over to Manuel. Get it off to Jace Howe. Now Howe will work it around to Lance Wilson. Here's Brown. Back up top to Howe. Jace will bring it over to the right side. And Madison Grant will go 5 wide. Slowing things down. Now in the corner, here's Manuel back out to Howe. Now Brown. A screen from Manuel. And Ole Miss will switch everything right here. Here's Brown. 2:12 to go. First half, 25-22 Ole Miss. Now Manuel a three, no good. Rebound Justin Moore. Brown, top of the key, under 2 to play in the first half. 25-22, Mississinewa with the lead. Now Grant Brown wants to go one-on-one with Asbury and can't, and he'll kick it back out. Now Brown steps back, Jace Howe. He will drive, kick it out to Grant Brown. A three for the tie, no good. Rebound Landon Swanner. Now Swanner over to Asbury. Three on the way, no good. Rebound, and Jace Howe comes away with it. Now Howe, under 1:30 to play, 1:22 and counting. Grant Brown driving inside, and an offensive foul going to be called. Tay McClung stands in there and takes a charge. The fourth turnover on Madison Grant. Mississinewa with 5. Now Betts will bring it up the floor for Ole Miss. Betts will slow things down just as Madison Grant did. 1 minute to play, first half. 25-22. In the corner, Asbury. Looks, gets it off to McClung. Now McClung will stop, hand off to Asbury. 45 seconds to play, first half. 25-22, now Yoder. Yoder, defended by Wilson. Gets it off. Here's McClung, now Betts. Betts in the corner, Asbury. Now Swanner with 25 seconds to play, first half. Indians lead 25-22. Down to 20 seconds to play. Now Swanner with 15 to play in the first half. Down to 10 seconds to play. Here's Swanner, stops, pops, got it! And Moore at the buzzer, no good. That's the way the first half will come to an end. At the end of the first half, it's Mississinewa 27, Madison Grant 22. 2-minute timeout. We'll come back, give you the numbers of the first half. This is the 2020 Grant 4 tournament live from Oak Hill. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oak Hill High School at the halftime break. It is Mississinewa leading Madison Grant 27-22. Taking a look at the halftime numbers for Madison Grant, they were 9 of 20 from the floor for 45%, 4 of 14 from three-point range for 28%, and 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Madison Grant had 6 turnovers. Mississinewa also with 6 turnovers in the first half. For the Mississinewa Indians, they were 9 of 14 from the floor for 64%, 3 of 6 from three-point range for 50%, and 4 of 5 at the free throw line for 80%. Individual scoring for Madison Grant, they're led in scoring by Caden Howe with 8, 7 points from Jace Howe, 4 points for Justin Moore, and 3 points for Grant Brown. For Mississinewa, they're led in scoring by 3 individuals, 6 points from Landon Swanner, 6 points from Tay McClung, and 6 points for Donovan Betts, 4 points for Colin Yoder, and 3 points for Lucas Asbury. And at the halftime break, it is the Indians 27 and the Argyles 22. Just a reminder that we will be covering the girls' Grant 4 tomorrow at Madison Grant. You can watch all of that action right here tomorrow morning starting at 10 a.m. Be sure to tweet your seat. Let us know you're watching. Tag us on Facebook. Whether you're a Mississinewa fan, Madison Grant fan, whoever you are, be sure to tweet your seat. It is really awesome to see all of the support that the Argyle and Indian fans show. As far as the virtual goes. So taking a look here on Twitter, let's look and see. Some of the Argyle fans tuned in. Stacy Green turned in, along with Adam and the family. Of course, Dea will be playing in the girls' Grant 4 tomorrow. It's always fun to watch her play. Looks like Carrie Boer is tuned in as well, rooting on the Madison Grant Argyles. So right now, as far as Twitter goes, Madison Grant showing their spirit more than Mississinewa. So right now, Spirit Award going to Madison Grant. Take a look here at Facebook and see if anyone has tagged us in anything. Looks like Veronica Schmerber is tuned in watching the Indians. 2-1 so far. And don't know if I see anyone else tuned in as far as my tweets and Facebook goes. Oh, looks like Justice Moore is tuned in watching as well. Student at MHS. She's tuned in to watch the Indians. So send in the tweets, send in the Facebook posts. Let's see your support for your school as they compete here for the Grant 4 championship. It's been 13 years since Madison Grant has won a Grant 4 championship. Mississinewa looking to three-peat for the first time in Grant 4 history. So right now, things tied up 2-2 between the fans. 2 tweets or Facebook posts from Madison Grant fans and 2 tweets or posts from Indian fans. So send them in at Dalton Bishop 00 on Twitter or tag me on Facebook. We all love to see your support of your schools, whether you are supporting Madison Grant or Mississinewa. So It's been a blast here today to be able to call the action for the boys Grant 4 tournament. We'll be tuned in calling the action tomorrow for the girls Grant 4 tournament. As I said, things will tip off at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Game number 1 will feature the Mississinewa Lady Indians along with the Eastbrook Lady Panthers. Game number 2 will feature the Oak Hill Lady Eagles and the Madison Grant Lady Argyles. Ought to be a fun morning tomorrow of girls high school basketball. I would say the girls basketball tournament up in the air of who's going to win. It ought to be very interesting watching the girls compete tomorrow. I know today it's been very interesting for us to watch the boys compete. Unfortunately, Eastbrook unable to take part of the Grant 4 today due to COVID-19 situation, but man, was it a heck of a game this morning watching Madison Grant and Oak Hill battle it out. Caden Howe put on a heck of a performance for Madison Grant to propel them to the win. He had 21 in the game. He has 8 right now in this game as Mississinewa takes the floor, as well as Madison Grant, both at their respective ends. Take one more look at Twitter and Facebook right now. Madison Grant Spirit Award at 2. Mississinewa Spirit Award at 2 as well. And looks like Mississinewa going to go up by 2 as Casey Newby tuned in watching Indians basketball, rooting on the Indians, as well as Abel Garcia. If you haven't stopped by and checked out Tacos No Mas in Gas City, boy, I really recommend it. That place is phenomenal. Take a look here at Facebook. Right now, Mississinewa 4-2 on the Spirit Award. And now make it 5-2 as Nicole Garcia tuned in watching as well, rooting on the Indians. April Dickey tuned in, the Dickey family tuned in rooting on the Indians, 6-2. Now make it 6-3 as the Stanley family from Madison Grant tuned in watching. So right now 6-3. I'll keep an eye on that on Twitter and Facebook as we go throughout the game. So I'll write it down, 6-3. Spirit Award right now goes to the Indian fans. So if you're tuned in and you are rooting for Madison Grant, be sure to tweet at us at DaltonBishop00 or tag us on Facebook. Would love to shout you out. I'd love to see your support for your school, whether it is Mississinewa or Madison Grant. Well, here we go. Second half set to take place, and the ball inbounds, and we're underway. 27-22, Mississinewa with the lead. Here's McClung. He'll hand off to Hayden Ulrich. Now Ulrich stops, hands off Landon Swanner. Now Swanner, he has 8 points in the first half. He'll go right around Grant Brown, stop, shot fake, put it up and in, and Lando Swanner with 10 points in the game. Here's Howe. Jade. Now it's Caden, and the ball deflected. The steal, Ulrich goes up, off the glass, too strong. Rebound by Caden Howe. Hayden Ulrich with an easy bucket up at the basket, missed it. And Grant Brown misses the jumper at the other end, and a rebound to Mississinewa. It is 29-22. Here is Yoder. Now Asbury hands off Swanner for 3 from the left wing. Got it! Landon Swanner knocks down the triple. 32-22, a 10-point Indian lead. Here is Jace Howe. Over to Caden Howe. Gets it off to Jace, top of the key. Forgot to mention that Madison Grant's junior varsity team won the JV Grant 4 this afternoon, beating Oak Hill 50-49 in overtime. Here's Manuel inside, off the glass and in. Jackson Manuel with his first 2 points of this evening. The lead back to 8. Here is Hayden Ulrich. Gets it off to Tay McClung. Now Ulrich on a give and go, off the glass, too strong. Offensive rebound, fought for. And a jump ball gonna be called. It will be Madison Grant basketball. 6 minutes to go, third quarter, 32-24. And a 30-second timeout, Mississinewa. We go back to our social media. Take a look, see who's all watching. And Anna Richards and the Richards family tuned in, says, let's go MG. 6-4 MG in the Spirit Award. Let's see. This is fun. And the Yagi family tuned in, said, let's go Argyle, 6-5. The Argyle and Indian fans showing the love and support for their team. Kyle Fanning and the Fanning family tuned in from Gas City, rooting on the Indians. It's 7-5 in the Spirit Award. We will go back at the next break. It's 7-5. Ole Miss fans leading in the Spirit Award. As out of the timeout, it is Grant Brown with the basketball. He'll get it off in the corner to Jace Howe. Now Howe gets it off to his brother Caden, and now over to Grant Brown. Brown left dribble, cross court. Caden Howe wide open three. Got it! Caden Howe knocks down the three. He is perfect from three-point range in the game and has a team-high 11 points. Here's Yoder over to Swanner. Swanner stops, brings it back out, inside to McClung. Tay lost the ball, and a foul going to be called on Justin Moore. .5:20 to go. Third quarter, a 5-point Indian lead at 32-27. Here's Asbury tied up in a jump ball. Possession going to Madison Grant, but it should have been Mississinewa ball because the last jump ball went to Madison Grant. Now they're going to get it together and change it because the arrow never switched. Because it was Madison Grant ball in the last jump ball possession. 5:19 to go, third quarter. 32-27, Mississinewa with a 5-point lead. So we'll be sure to take a look at social media at the next break to see who is dominating, how close it is in the Spirit Award right now. The last update, we had 7 mentions for Mississinewa, 5 mentions for Madison Grant. Now Lucas Asbury for 3, and he knocks it down. And now what's going on? The possession arrow needs to say Madison Grant. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. The scores table is a little bit confused, so now they got it right. So 5 minutes to go, third quarter, an 8-point Mississinewa lead, 35-27. Here's Grant Brown looking for a screen. He wants to go baseline, can't, cut off by Asbury. Caden Howe for 3, in and out. Rebound, Landon Swanner. And now he threw it away. And then Howe double dribbled and a turnover on Madison Grant. So both of these teams with 9 turnovers respectively. And now they're confused on where they're supposed to inbound the basketball. Oh, brother. So now we get it right. Got to make sure we get the ball inbounded in the right spot, you know. 35-27, and the ball's inbounded. 4:45 to play, third quarter. Here's Asbury, right wing, gets it off to Colin Yoder. Now Swanner looking. He will fire the three, too strong. A rebound to Caden Howe. They'll get Hayden Ulrich with the foul. That'll be his third. And now Donovan Betts will check in. Four and a half minutes to go in the third quarter. Madison Grant trailing by 8 with a basket here. Could make it a two-possession game if they could knock down a three. Here's Jace Howe. Gets it off to Caden Howe. He'll fire the three. No. And an offensive foul going to be called against Grant Brown on a moving screen. .4:17 to go, third quarter. Here's Donovan Betts with a right-hand dribble over in the corner to Lucas Asbury. Asbury, free throw line, goes inside. Nice pass to McClung. Now McClung backing down more. He'll go up in triple team coverage. Missed the shot, but he was fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Foul will be on number 30, Jackson Manuel. His second, team's third of the half. McClung's first free throw up and rolls around and no good. One more for the 6'4" senior, Tay McClung. McClung eyeing, flying, and connecting. He goes 1 of 2 at the line that time, and the lead is 9 for Mississinewa at 36-27. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Here's Grant Brown, cross court over to Caden Howe. Caden over to Grant. Now Brown, between the legs dribble, spin move at the free throw line, kicks it out to Jackson Manuel. Now Jace Howe. Jace with it, left hand dribble over to Grant Brown. Brown to Howe. Jace goes right around Yoder, left hand, missed it. Rebound, Jackson Manuel puts it up and in. So Jackson Manuel with 4 points and a huge bucket there for MG. Here's Asbury, inside feed to Landon Swanner, who puts it up and in. Landon Swanner with a game-high 15 points. Here's Jace Howe over to Justin Moore. Now Manuel over to Caden Howe. Caden will look, gets it off to Brown. Over to Jace. Now Jace over to Caden. Inside Manuel. Manuel backing down Yoder. And no call. Rebound to Swanner. Now Swanner in the corner. Lucas Asbury for 3. No good. Rebound Colin Yoder on the offensive board. Missed it. And that was Yoder's first shot attempt in the game. That is rare for Colin Yoder. Now with the basketball, Jace Howe trying to drive and can't. Kicks it out, Grant Brown for 3. Got it! Grant Brown with a huge 3 for Madison Grant. And it is 38-32 with just over 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Now Asbury, driving baseline, goes up, had it blocked. In transition, Madison Grant, a chance to cut the lead to 3 or 4. Here's Brown, another 3. No, looked good. And now, let's see. I cannot see, it's in front of the Madison Grant bench. And, okay, I didn't see, I know the ball went out of bounds and they were fighting for it, but it looks like it might have went off Madison Grant because they're giving the ball to Mississinewa. So if you put 2 and 2 together, that's all you know. 1:40 to play, third quarter, 38-32. Here's Hayden Ulrich, gets it off to Betts. Donovan over to Swanner. Swanner gets it off to Betts, kicking it out, and now off of Mississinewa, and that is the Indians' 12th turnover of the game. The ball going to Madison Grant. Madison Grant, another chance to make it a little bit closer of a game. Here's Jace Howe, off to Grant Brown, and an offensive foul on Jackson Manuel, and that is turnover number 11 for Madison Grant, a combined 23 turnovers between the two teams. Here's Ulrich. Across the timeline, will slow things down for Mississinewa. Now Ulrich driving, spinning, stopping, gets it off to Swanner. 1 minute to play, third quarter. 38-32, Mississinewa with the lead. Now here's a screen in the corner. Donovan Betts for another three. No good. Rebound saved. Mississinewa goes and gets it. Here's Hayden Ulrich. Ulrich inside, left hand, no. And now Betts comes away with it. Now Swanner will slow things down. So the Indians, opportunity after opportunity to score on this possession. 38-32. 20 seconds to play. Hayden Ulrich with the basketball. He'll drive inside, stop, and a travel, and turnover number 13 on Mississinewa. Now Cree Young was gonna check in. We're down to 10 seconds to play, third quarter. Madison Grant can cut the lead to 3 or 4 on a bucket here. Fouls on Madison Grant, number 30, Jackson Manuel. His fourth and the team's fifth, and Lance Wilson will check in for Manuel. 6 seconds to play in the third. And Ulrich will pick it up, and a block will be called on Jace Howe. And the Argyle fans not happy. Here's McClung inside, missed the layup. Now Grant Brown, and no good. And at the end of the third quarter, things getting very interesting. Mississinewa leads Madison Grant 38-32. We'll head back to social media, get an update on see what's going on with the Spirit Award. Right now, the Indian fans lead 7-5. Now they lead 8-5. Brittany T. Meyer tuned in, said go Indians. Josh Stearns, one of the coaches at Mississinewa, tuned in. He says go Indians, 9-5. Elijah Bounds, former Indian, tuned in watching, says go Indians. 10-5 Indian fans. Diana Holmberg's tuned in. It is 10-6 Argyle fans, or Indian fans, so 10-6 here at the start of the fourth quarter. Now inside, Justin Moore missed the layup. Madison Grant, Mississinewa, both sides missing easy buckets at the basket. A kick ball. Here is Yoder. 38-32. Mississinewa with a 6-point lead. Here's Yoder. Now Swanner. Swanner looking for a screen from McClung. And now Swanner brings it back out. Nice pass inside, right through the hands of Colin Yoder and out of bounds. .7:06 to play, fourth quarter, 38-32. Mississinewa with a 6-point lead. And now almost a turnover by Madison Grant. Now Grant Brown, jumper up, no good. Rebound, Landon Swanner. Here's Ulrich, gets it off to Yoder. Now McClung, inside, Ulrich, no, rebound, Swanner, off the glass and in. Landon Swanner with 17 in the game. Here's Jace Howe. Now Grant Brown. Inside, nice pass to Justin Moore. Count it and put him at the line. The foul going against Lucas Asbury, his first and the team's second of the half. Justin Moore at the line, eyeing, flying, and connecting at the charity stripe, and give Justin Moore his 7th point of the game. 42-34, 6:18 to go in the ball game. And the Kuykendall family tuned in, rooting on the Indians. A huge watch party going on there. So the Indians up 11-6, now make it 11-7 as Kim Hyatt tuned in with the Hyatt family rooting on the Madison Grant Argyles. 11-7 is the Spirit Award. Indians leading by 4. Now Swanner, right wing. Gets it off to Cree Young, who wants a 3. No good. Rebound will be Colin Yoder on an over-the-back foul. And folks, let me tell you, the officiating tonight both ways has not been very good. Here is Caden Howe. Now Howe gets it off to Grant Brown. Brown, right hand dribble, hands off. Caden Howe for 3. This one no good. And they're going to call basket interference goaltending on Tay McClung. And I've never seen that happen, and that's going to be 3 points for Madison Grant. Now the officials are going to get together and talk about it. It is 3 points for Caden Howe. Goaltending on Tay McClung. I don't know that I've ever seen that happen in high school basketball until now. But anyway, Madison Grant within 2. And the Argyle fans who are in the stands roaring back to life. Now Swanner for 3 to answer. No good. Rebound Grant Brown. Now Jace Howe, 5:20 to play. The Argyles trail by 2, 40-38. Here's Howe, gets it off to Justin Moore. Now Lance Wilson over to Caden Howe. Caden gets it off to Moore. And the ball knocked out of bounds, staying with Madison Grant. And a timeout by Mississinewa. Coach James Reed, it is a full timeout. 5:02 to play, fourth quarter. It is a 2-point Indian lead at 40-38. We head back to social media. It is 11-7 in the Spirit Award. The Indian fans leading as far as now. And make it 11-8 as the McClellan family is tuned in, rooting on Madison Grant. 12-8, Peyton McPeak, a Indian football player, tuned in, rooting on the Indians. And Seth Remengay, a TribeTV producer, tuned in. 13-8 Mississinewa, now 14-8 Mississinewa as Dakota Ansel tuned in. Now we'll head to Facebook and see if we have any new ones. Looks like the Young family tuned in, rooting on Madison Grant, 14-9. Renee Dunham tuned in, rooting on Madison Grant, 14-10. Wendy and Greg Cox tuned in from Florida, rooting on Madison Grant tonight, make it 14-11. Looks like Joel Webb is tuned in, rooting on the Indians, 15-11. So we'll update you on more as we go. Now Justin Moore inside, and a foul going to be called. The foul will be on Indian number 24, Tay McClung, his first and the team's fourth. Justin Moore at the line for 2 shots and a chance to tie the ball game. First one up and good. One more for Justin Moore. He has played one heck of a basketball game. And the second one up and good. Now Ulrich. We're tied at 40 with 4:40 to go in the game. Here's Swanner. Inside, Yoder off the glass and in. Colin Yoder with 6 in the game, and it's 42-40. Now Grant Brown with the basketball, 4:18 to play in the fourth. Spin move, Caden Howe missed the layup. Now the Indians will slow things down. Here's Hayden Ulrich with 4:06 to play in the ball game. Now Yoder over to Swanner. Swanner directing traffic. Now he'll get a screen from McClung. Now Swanner double teamed out to Yoder. Under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a 2-point lead, 42-40 for Mississinewa. Here's Swanner off to Ulrich. Now here's Donovan Betts. Now Ulrich, free throw line, pull up, jumper, got it! And Hayden Ulrich with his first 2 points of the game, believe it or not. Here's Grant Brown. Now Brown, right hand dribble, hands off, Jace Howe. Now Grant Brown for 3, no good, rebound, Hayden Ulrich. 44-40. Approaching 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Now Ulrich kicks it out in the corner. Donovan Betts, he'll get it back out to Landon Swanner. 3 minutes to play and a timeout for James Reed and the Mississinewa Indians. 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter, 44-40. Indians with the lead. Looks like Katie Hosier is tuned in, rooting on the Indians. So make it 16-13 Indian fans. With the Spirit Award. Brody Burbank, assistant principal at Mississinewa High School, tuned in from Lake Michigan as he's ice fishing and watching Indians basketball. 17-13 Indian fans, now 18-13 Indian fans, as one of the guys who does a lot of work at Mississinewa High School, Matthew Stevens, tuned in watching Indians basketball, as Donna Stevens tuned in watching Madison Grant. 18-14 in the Spirit Award, as McClung stepped on the line and turned it over for Mississinewa. 44-40, 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Here is Caden Howe, gets it off to Grant Brown. Now Howe, step back, three on the way, no good. Rebound to Colin Yoder. Now Swanner will slow down the pace for Mississinewa. 44-40. Lando, free throw line, stopping, up and under, put it off the glass and in. Landon Swanner playing like a man among boys tonight. 19 points in the game. Here's Jace Howe, gets it off to Grant Brown. Now Howe, beautiful find inside to Justin Moore, and he is fouled by Landon Swanner. Looks like Jasmine Horvath and Justin Plank tuned in, rooting on the Indians tonight, as Justin Moore knocks down the free throw. So right now, the Indian fans leading the Spirit Award 19-14, and Annie Jones and family tuned in, 20-14 Indian fans on the Spirit Award. Justin Moore knocks down both free throws. I'll tell you what, Madison Grant fans are really bringing the energy tonight, as well as Mindy Stewart and Julie Geringer tuned in. So 2016, Mississinewa with a 4-point Spirit Award lead. And now a foul on Madison Grant. The foul was on Jace Howe, his third team 7th, and Mississinewa on the bonus with 1:55 to play and a 4-point lead. 46-42. Hayden Ulrich, free throw line, up, no good. Rebound, Grant Brown. Madison Grant can make it one possession on a bucket here. Here's Jace Howe, gets it off to his brother Caden. Now Grant Brown in the corner. Jace Howe bringing it back out to Grant Brown. Brown bringing it back out, hands off to Caden Howe. 90 seconds to play in the ball game. It's a 4-point Indian lead, 46-42. Here's Jace Howe bringing it back out. Here's Howe. Madison Grant will spread things out. Now Jace will drive, stop, gets it off. Caden Howe for three. Got it! Caden Howe knocks down the three. 46-45. 1:14 to go. And Caden Howe brings the Argyles within one. Madison Grant, I don't care what anybody says, this is one heck of a basketball team to watch. My, oh my. Former Gas City Police Chief Kirk McCollum turned in, and PA announcer at Mississinewa. It's 21-17 in the Spirit Award. Looks like the Ramey family, Kate Ramey, will be playing for the Indians basketball team tomorrow. They are tuned in, rooting on the Indians, 22-17. Larry Terwilliger and Ted Williams tuned in as well, 24-17. Indian fans winning the Spirit Award. Here's Ulrich, across the timeline, lost the basketball. Madison Grant with the ball. Under a minute to play, and the Argyles trail 46-45. Here's Caden Howe. Howe, right-hand dribble, defended by Ulrich. Now Grant Brown. Brown driving to the baseline, kicks it out. Caden Howe driving inside. Nice pass to Justin Moore. Off the glass. Count it. No, they're going to call a travel on Justin Moore. And Coach Cherry did look at the official and shake his head. He agreed with that call. I did not see it, but Coach Cherry, Madison Grant's coach, did agree with the call. He told the official, shook his head yes. Here's Ulrich, cross court to Betts. Now Yoder. Mississinewa leads by 1, 23 seconds to play. Down to 20. Now Swanner driving inside McClung, off the glass, put it in on a beautiful feed from Landon Swanner, and a timeout for Mississinewa. 16.6 to play. 48-45. My goodness, what a heck of a game we are watching tonight. And looks like Cody Crick is tuned in, rooting on the Indians. It is 25-17 Indian fans winning the Spirit Award right now. You have 16 seconds to show your spirit. One heck of a basketball game going on right here. It is 48-45, 16.6 to play, and Mississinewa has a foul to give. Here's Jace Howe. Gets it off to Grant Brown. Now Brown, ball deflected. Here's Caden Howe. And a whistle and a timeout for Madison Grant with 4.2 seconds to play. It is 48-45. Mississinewa with the lead. And oh my, we are far from over. Beth Mahoney tuned in, says, "Go Argyles." 25-18 Indian fans with the Spirit Award. And now Amy McKee and the McKee family from Mississinewa tuned in. 26-18 Indian fans with the Spirit Award. If I have missed you, I apologize. There's just been so many people chiming in, and I absolutely love it because this is a great thing we have going here, being able to stream these basketball games, and it would not be possible without Brooks Holloway and all of the Mississinewa administrative staff. So thank you to all of them for allowing this to happen, and thank you to all you fans tuned in watching the game tonight. It has been absolutely awesome to see your support of Madison Grant Athletics and Mississinewa Athletics. I cannot be blown away enough because this is absolutely tremendous and absolutely awesome. So thankful for each and every one of you tuned in watching this basketball game tonight. I'll tell you what, whether you want to say it or not, the Madison Grant fans, whether you win or lose the Spirit Award or not, I'll give you the Spirit Award because you have shown your spirit. I, more or less would call it a tie because, boy, you guys have really brought the spirit tonight. And Corinne Rose is tuned in along with her family. Dara Watson, I'm sure, watching as well. Part of the Mississinewa basketball team. So 27-19 Indian fans winning the Spirit Award. 4.2 seconds to play, and out of the timeout, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Madison Grant can tie and send it to overtime. I don't know. I've seen crazy things happen in 2020, and 2020 is not over yet. Here comes the inbound. Grant Brown gets it off to Jace Howe, who will stop and fire the three. No good because he hit it after the buzzer. He banked it in, but he did not get the shot off in time. No good, and the Indians have just made history tonight. It has never happened until 2020, and why not? 2020 has been odd enough, and it is odd once again as the Indians, for the first time in Grant 4 history, have three-peated and have won the Grant 4 championship. We will take a timeout, come back, and all types of post-game festivities coming up right here. We will talk to Kevin Cherry, and we will talk to James Reed and some of the Indian basketball players on what it means to three-peat and win the Grant 4 championship. 2-minute timeout, and we come back with stats and all kinds of post-game activities. And what a huge honor. Grant Brown has just been named the 2020 Grant 4 Sportsmanship Award winner.
Thanks everybody for coming. A reminder that the girls' Grant 4 is tomorrow at Madison Grant.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oak Hill High School as the Mississinewa Indians celebrating winning the Grant 4 for the third consecutive year, beating Madison Grant 48-45. As we are finishing up some final numbers here for the team and individual numbers. Boy, you got to give it to Madison Grant, though, tonight. They really, really battled, never went away, and that is one heck of a ball club. And I cannot wait to hear what Coach Cherry has to say about his basketball team. I know he cannot be disappointed with that effort because that is one heck of a team. Send up Reed, get Swanner. Send up Reed, Swanner. So we are working right now on getting some people up here to interview about the win. We'll look to talk to Coach Kevin Cherry from Madison Grant. But my, oh my, the Indians come away with a win tonight. So we have the team numbers for Madison Grant. They shot the ball 16 of 35 from the floor for 45%, 8 of 21 from three-point range for 38%, and 5 of 6 at the free throw line for 83%. For the Mississinewa Indians, they shot the ball 19 of 33 from the floor for 57.5%, 5 of 13 from three-point range for 38%, and 5 of 8 at the free throw line for 62.5%. Landon Swanner leads all scorers. He leads the Indians as well with 19 points. Did he ever have a game of his life tonight? He was a man among boys, that is for sure. Did not miss a shot from inside the three-point arc. He was 8 of 8 from the floor. So he leads the Indians with 19, 9 points from Tay McClung, 6 points for Colin Yoder, 6 points for Donovan Betts, 2 points for Hayden Ulrich. And that is the scoring for, or 2 points also for Colin Yoder, and that is the scoring for Mississinewa. For Madison Grant, they were led in scoring by Caden Howe, who had 17 points. You had 8 points from Jace Howe, 6 points from Grant Brown. Let's see, Justin Moore added 11 and 4 points for Jackson Manuel. But my, oh my, the Indians come away with a Grant 4 championship and have made history tonight. A three-peat, ladies and gentlemen, a three-peat, which has never been done in Grant 4 history. And I want to say a huge congratulations to Grant Brown on winning the Sportsmanship Award for the 2020 Grant 4 tournament. As we are awaiting some players, we're looking to talk with Lucas Asbury. We're going to try to talk to Landon Swanner, James Reed. We're going to have a heck of a post-game celebration and ceremony. We're also going to talk with Kevin Cherry from Madison Grant, get his thoughts on the game. I really, really think that this Madison Grant team can win a sectional, no doubt in my mind this year. One heck of a basketball team that is over from Fairmount. My goodness gracious. Again, the final score is 48-45. The Indians come away with the win as we await whoever arrives first. I do want to say a special thank you to Brooks Holloway and Taylor Mavronicals. Without their help today, ladies and gentlemen, we would not have been able to stream this game. I want to say a huge thank you to Ryan Fagan, the athletic director at Oak Hill, for his hospitality. It has been absolutely superb, 100% outstanding. And we want to talk to as many players as we possibly can, coaches, whoever wants to come and talk to us. Taylor Mavronical's down on the floor working on that right now. So as soon as we can get some players to come talk to us and stuff, it will be absolutely awesome to hear their thoughts. So I know right now they are cutting down the nets, celebrating the win, as we are awaiting Coach James Reed as he is making his way up here now to talk about a huge Indian victory. And the Indians made history here tonight, as we are now going to chat with the winning head coach, Coach James Reed, as he has now joined us on the post-game show. And I'm telling you what, folks, he has gone the distance. He looks absolutely worn out. Coach James Reed, first off, congratulations. You have now three-peated. You as a head coach have never lost a Grant 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's great, but it's not about me. It's about the kids, and without the kids buying into what we're doing and playing for each other tonight, we don't get the opportunity to even be in championship games. So without being able to coach some of the great players I've coached the last 3 years, there's no way that this happens. So this isn't about me being a three-peat. This is about Mississinewa being a three-peat.
Coach, I'm sure you're not aware. Obviously, you were coaching the game. The Indian fans showed their spirit tonight through Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever you want to call it. You had 450 people watching the game tonight from both schools. Madison Grant showed their support for their school.
Sure.
Man, you just got to be happy with the way that, I know you'd rather the fans be here, but you got to be happy that they are still really buying in and showing the support.
Yeah, I thought we really caught on to some stuff last year. We still talk about our family versus your team every single day. And we can feel you guys from home. We can feel your frustrations when we're not playing the way we should. And we can feel your excitement when we do come out on top. So just stay tuned. This team is an end-of-the-year team, and we're getting better every day. And we can definitely feel your cheers from home, but the biggest part of it is when we loosen up and we can get some fans back in here, just come ready to be rocking because these guys are playing hard for you.
I know you're excited about winning the Grant 4. I want to talk about a couple of your players who really had a good game. Landon Swanner from inside the three-point arc was 8 of 8. He had 19 points, led all scores tonight. Boy, you got to love him showing up tonight being a heck of a senior leader.
And you know, it's kind of a hard balance because we really talk about sharing the ball and playing for each other. But every time we talk about that, I have to have the side note of, except for Landon. Landon can do whatever he wants offensively. And it's kind of fun to be able to do that as a coach because you just don't get to very often. We've really challenged him, and it is hard. It is really hard to take on a scoring role in high school varsity basketball because it's not as easy as just shoot the ball. I think that's what probably people think. But when you're focused on and you're scouted and everybody knows who you are and what you do, it is not easy to score, and you have to be tough. And Landon Swanner, man, was he ever tough tonight. Not only did he lead us scoring and being aggressive, but he led us as a leader and kept us together when things got tough. And I couldn't be I'm so lucky to be able to coach a talent and also just a kid with that character.
Coach, I know you've got multiple goals throughout the season. You accomplished goal number 1 tonight with winning the Grant 4. What's next for the Indians?
Well, one of our biggest goals was to win conference outright, and that's totally out of our hands. And I don't see Madison Grant letting up anytime soon. So we've got to stay good in conference to give ourselves a chance. And I think we've got a couple tough conference games coming up. I know they got Blackford coming up. We've got Blackford coming up, and they've been playing really well. They just beat a really good New Albany team. So that's coming up. We got Southwood January 6th. But right now we're finding a lot of success just playing for each other, talking about that, and keeping things simple.
Coach, I appreciate your time coming up here to chat with us. Congratulations on the huge win, and Happy New Year to you and your family, and we will see you next week.
Yep. Thanks for all you do. I'm sure there's a lot of Indian fans at home that appreciate your color commentary, and I know you volunteer your time to do this, so I appreciate you, Dalton.
Coach, thank you. James Reed, the victorious head coach of the Mississinewa Indians, as they win today 48-45 and make history as the first team ever to win a Grant 4 3 consecutive years in a row. As we will chat with Kevin Cherry, the coach of the Madison Grant Argyles. And, so Coach Cherry has now joined us. And, Coach, I know this is not the result that you were hoping for, but I first off got to say what a class act you are as a head coach. It's been an absolute honor to be able to cover your basketball team. Second of all, the way that you coach and the way you get your guys to buy in has been absolutely awesome to watch. I just want to say congratulations. I know that you didn't win the game, but my, oh my, your guys really fought tonight.
Yeah, we got a pretty sick locker room in there. This was something that we wanted pretty bad, but yeah, the guys really competed, and I'm really proud of them. They hit us with a couple haymakers, and we withstood the blow and kept finding ways to just get back into the game. And the end of the game situation there, I probably got to be better in the timeout to be clear on what we're trying to accomplish there. So I'll take responsibility for that. But, man, I love our locker room. I love our culture that we've established, and I appreciate those kind words.
Coach, I'm sure you're not aware because you were coaching, but your Argyle fans showed the support. They sent in multiple tweets, Facebook posts, Snapchats, showing the support for the Argyles. That has to really make you feel good.
Well, our fans are really good, and our parents are really good, and they've been tremendous from day one with me, and so that doesn't surprise me. I love how they got vocal and loud. That means it means something to them, and that's a good thing. It should mean something. Our guys put in a tremendous amount of time, and they work really hard, and, we didn't get the payoff tonight, but congratulations to Grant Brown for winning the Sportsmanship Award. What an outstanding honor. And, at the end of the day, making great individuals to go out and be productive members of our society is what it's all about. And so happy for Grant on winning that. Coach,
I was just talking to Coach Reed, and I was talking to him about the battle that it takes. And I'll tell you what, I know I'm not very old, but I've watched a lot of basketball in the time that I've been doing this. I'll tell you what, if your basketball team does not win a sectional this year, I'll be very, very surprised. You have got one heck of a basketball team.
Well, thank you. There's a problem. We got Luke Brown in our sectional too, so we'll have our hands full there. And Tipton's going to be. I mean, all of the teams in our sectional have ability to win. All those teams are really well coached, and so it'll be a battle. But today, this game right here was a sectional type atmosphere. Every possession is a grind. We get the game back tied, and then we get it in right at the basket, and we can't convert there. We get an untimely turnover, but Justin was doing exactly what we asked him to do: get it there at the corner of the board and give a little shot fake and see if they'll leave their feet and draw contact and get an and one. And he just slid his pivot foot there a little bit, but again, the effort was there. Our execution was just a little bit off in that scenario, but yeah, that's the goal. We're just going to continue to try to trend upward and be playing our best basketball by February and March.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to stop by and chat with us. Best of luck the rest of the way. Like I said, it's been an honor to be able to talk with you today, and we'll see you when you take on Blackford here in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, and I really appreciate the coverage. You've been very fair to us coming over to Mississinewa and then our games here, and I really appreciate that as well.
Coach, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Kevin Cherry, the head coach of the Madison Grant Argyles, as they fall today to Mississinewa 48-45. We're going to try to chat here with a couple of players as Lucas Asbury has made his way up here. We're going to get a chance to talk with him about the Indians' victory. And, well, jersey number 42 has made his way up here, Lucas Asbury. And, man, it's got to feel good for you to kind of get the monkey off the back of your basketball team. I know you guys have kind of been in a slump dealing with some situations and games where you probably should have won. But, man, it's got to feel good. You guys have made history tonight, a three-peat winning the Grant 4.
Yeah, it was a little rough stretch of games we should have won. We were tired. We weren't mentally prepared. But that loss to Madison Grant last time really makes or breaks teams. And right now it looks like we're coming together, and it looks like it's going to be a good season. And we're rallying, and I think it's the team that we should be. I mean, we're now 5-4, but, I mean, I think we should be fine the rest of the year. And looking forward, I don't even know who we got next, but we're going to be fine.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, it's been pretty fun to watch you play this year. I know you've been coming off the bench and providing a spark. You got to start tonight. But, man, I love the heart and enthusiasm you show on the floor. And, man, when you hit some of those shots and you get all fired up, I know that the fans aren't here, but they're watching at home. I'm sure they're getting fired up as well.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm just trying my best take shots. I don't want to take shots from Landon or Tay or Hayden, but when they find me, and I'm just trying to help the team out, and they're going in, and I like to get fired up, help bring some energy to our team, and I think it's helping us improve pretty well.
Well, congratulations on the Grant 4 win.
Thank you, man.
See you next week.
See you next week.
As the Indians win, as we just had a chance to chat with Lucas Asbury, and we'll have a chance to chat with hopefully Landon Swanner and Tay McClung about the Indians' victory over Madison Grant. Here this evening, the Indians make history for the first time ever in Grant 4 competition. As we're looking for Landon Swanner and Tay McClung, so we will see if we can get them. I know Taylor Mavronicles is down on the floor. So we're working on trying to get a couple of more players as Landon Swanner is working his way up here. We'll get a chance to talk with Lando as Landon Swanner is going to join us here on our post-game show. And now Landon has made his way up here to chat with us. And Lando, man, a game high and team high 19 points. Did not miss a shot from inside the three-point arc. And I've said it all year and I said it all night. You played like a man among boys tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Don.
So just talk about what it's like. Obviously, your cousin Grant Brown plays at Madison Grant. He won the Sportsmanship Award. Man, how fun is it to get to play with him and battle back and forth against county teams? I know you guys play together on AAU basketball team.
You know, it's super fun. You know, Grant really pushes me out there. The first game, he played great defense on me, and he even did tonight. He took away the threes. But, you know, I got to the basket a few times and got some good shots inside.
How fun has it been over the last couple of years with Coach Reed coming in as your head coach? I don't know if you were aware or not, but since he has taken over, you guys have not lost to Grant 4, and you guys made history tonight, the first team ever in Grant 4 history to make a three-peat. That's got to mean something to you.
You know, it's awesome. You know, Coach Reed got us prepared for tonight. After losing the first game, we watched a lot of film on that first game and came in more prepared and got off to a better start, and that kind of felt the flow of the game out for the rest of the game.
Well, I know you saw Caden Howe got his 1,000th career point tonight. You're well on your way to achieving that. What would it mean to you to get to that there here this season?
You know, that's been one of my biggest goals of my high school career individually, and I think I should get it soon. You know, with COVID, if we play all our games, I should definitely get it by pretty soon.
I do want to ask you one more question before I let you go. We talked to Tay. I get it. I talk to your grandpa quite a bit, and I know he's one of the biggest supporters of Indian basketball. He watches every game right here on TribeTV. How awesome is it that not only him, but you had a lot of fans watching you here tonight?
Oh, it's great. You know, it's different, them not being here, but, you know, we kind of got to create our own energy. We know everybody's supporting us from home, so we still, you know, it's awesome that they're all watching.
Orlando, congratulations on the win, and a Happy New Year to you.
Thanks,
and we'll get a chance to talk to Tay. So we'll get in here and get a chance to talk to Tay McClung, the 6'4" senior for the Mississinewa Indians basketball team. And Tay, you guys made history tonight. I know maybe offensively not the game that you would like, but, man, you guys really battled. You were battling inside all night. Boy, you got to give the credit to Madison Grant. That was a tough basketball team you guys played tonight.
Yeah, they played a great game, but it's not always about how many points I score. It's about how many points we score, and if we win in the game at the end of the game, that's all that matters.
How fun has it been for you this season, being able to bond with your teammates and then being able to achieve a Grant 4 championship like you did tonight?
It feels great. When we get a team win, it's a great feeling.
I know some of your fellow students at Mississinewa, and I want to say the fans as well. They've been sending me tweets, Facebook posts, Snapchats all night long supporting you and your teammates. That has to mean the world to you, knowing that they can't be here, but they still are supporting you.
Yeah, I'm grateful for all the fans. Even though they can't come watch, them taking their time out of the day and watching us play, it means a lot.
Well, Tay, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
So Tay McClung, the 6'4" senior of the Mississinewa Indians basketball team, and we're going to want to talk to one more person, and that is Mississinewa Athletic Director Chance Young. See if he'll come up here and talk, and we'll get an update on what's to come as far as COVID-19 and stuff goes. And we will want to talk to him and see if we can get a COVID-19 update. I don't know if we'll be able to get a hold of him or not. We just want to see if we can get an update on COVID-19. But, man, the Indians win 48-45 in a huge, huge game for them as they defeat Madison Grant. I just want to say thank you to Taylor Mavronicles for all of his hard work today. And I want to say thank you to all of you fans who joined us and supported both of your schools. As the Indians win tonight 48-45. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us today. Taylor Mavronicles, Dalton Bishop with you all day long. It's been an honor to call the boys Grant 4 tournament here today, and that's going to wrap it up for me and Taylor Mavronicles on behalf of Brooks Holloway, on behalf of everyone here who has helped out today. I want to say personally thank you to all of the Oak Hill, Madison Grant, Mississinewa fans who tuned in and watched today. Thank you to Ryan Fagan, the athletic director here at Oak Hill High School, for all of his hospitality. Hope you all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow at Madison Grant for the girls Grant 4 tournament. Tip-off starts at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Enjoy your evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night from Oak Hill.